Well, here we are. This is it. This is the book that started it all. Can you believe we've been through all 23 books since Christmas? We're done till the next one comes out now. The binge read is over. We are back to SIEZE A Queen. This time I read the entire thing. This time when I started the book, I knew all the characters. I made this big rant last December that there was all this family catch-up, and I didn't know who the family members were. They weren't introduced to me. I didn't know. And it took me halfway through my rant before I realized that you don't start a series on book 23. You just don't do that. You start a series with book 1. Welcome to the Daily Reads book series. I'm Christina K-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects. None of that fancy stuff going on here. And a shout out to Trudy, who's been checking my videos every single day. Much appreciative. And Selena. But this is where we started, and I went on this big, long rant in December. Why I didn't like the book, because she didn't even introduce herself till chapter 3 or something like that. But you see, having gone back and read all 23, I now know who my core characters are. Of course, they're dying off now. But I know who Ursula is. She's our heroine. She's pushing her 60s. She's got Dale and Broccoli, her servants. She's got her core. We've got Christopher. Here, I'll take this paper down. We've got Christopher, who, what used to be a Queen's agent, who used to be a potential suitor for Ursula way back when. He's been through a lot. He's been through several different wives since. But I know my core characters now. Now I can just pay attention to the plot. And she's with her queen, and the queen tells her there have been kidnappings. Somebody is kidnapping people and potentially taking them to Constantinople or someplace else as slaves. People are disappearing. A couple of people have died, and people in this town are disappearing. We have discovered there's this vacant house, and we want you to go and pretend to be this guy's distant cousin and go in there and snoop around. And Sir Francis's son is now taking over for Sir Francis. I don't like women doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. You're a woman, blah, 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 blah. But the queen wants you to do it, and the queen feels that you're the only one that can do it. So then, after negotiating with everybody and some discussions with Dale and Broccoli, they decide, we're taking Christopher with us. He's got experience in this. He'll be extra protection. And then they go to this Cornwall and they get in this drafty house. And I'm sitting there going, if this is the house on the hills, it's got tunnels. It took them a while to find those tunnels. They were a little slow on the uptake. And the servant didn't tell them. They hired all the servants. The guy had let go, or had let go after he disappeared. The owner is disappeared. We get to see a little bit of him in the beginning, and then there's a twist at the end where he shows up, and we have a little bit of a cliffhanger. And we know Fiona. We hope. We have to get to the next book first. We have to find it. She continues the storyline. Because Fiona has a history of skipping books. She'll do the story here, and then the next book she'll do something else, and then the third book she'll go back to that story. Because we have waited books and books and books for stuff to happen, and it hadn't happened. We kept waiting. It was like irritating as all hell. So we've got this mission, and we've got Sir Francis in the neighborhood checking in on her, and he's forever, I don't feel like women should be doing blah, 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 blah. And I'm over him and his woman rant. I'm just over it. The queen told her to do this, you told her to do this, so stop your bitching. And then people go missing, people get kidnapped, they go to this fair, someone gets kidnapped right in the middle of their faces. The maid's boyfriend or fiance gets taken too. and he disappears, and they find the trap, and Christopher disappears, and they're stressing about Christopher the whole book, and there's this crazy lady, and I won't spoil that for you, but she is the crazy lady, and she's got lots and lots of money, and it turns out she can pay lots and lots of people to do lots and lots of things that we're not told about till much, much later in the book. There's also a fake Queen's party that comes to town. They do some shooting and archery and games and stuff like that. And there's this queen that's waving to them and not really talking to anybody personally, keeping her royal distance. And I was wondering what was gonna, when was Queen gonna pull her aside? What was going on here? She was a fake queen. So it's just a different perspective. When back in December, I didn't know who anybody was. She hadn't introduced herself till chapter 3. And I gave up. I had to put the book down. But I said to myself, I like these type of books. I like these type of books. I like the 15, 16, 1700 mysteries, solving a mystery, seeing a woman independent doing her thing. All right, Ursula gets in a lot of trouble, and she does a lot of stupid things. But she does get the job done. And it's just... But it was a much better read the second time around. I actually read the whole book. Didn't see the 3 twists at the end. Hit me from left field. I didn't expect the Christopher thing. Christopher had 2 different twists himself. The crazy lady had a couple of twists herself. And the owner of the house they're staying in also has a couple of twists himself and ulterior motives. And I'm hoping that Fiona addresses it in the next book, because she has a tendency of not doing that, and it drives me crazy. So anyways, that's basically your plot. Ursula, dear, we've got some people that are disappearing. We think they're being kidnapped. We think they're being taken on slave ships. Would you go check it out for us? You, a female. Yes, Sir Francis, me, a female. Like you've said it so many times. Why don't you go yourself, Sir Francis? Why don't you take a bunch of men and start investigating? Why don't you take the whole Queen's retinue up there and take the Queen's guard and go question people and put guards on? No! You send Ursula! And Dale and Broccoli! And we're all getting elder. They're all in their 60s. How much can these people do? How much traveling can they do? And Ursula's got all these houses. She's got Faldane, and she got Withwisham. Her son is taking over Hawkswood, and she's got that evergreen thing. See if I can get this out of here. So, and there's twists and turns you didn't see coming. Couple of dramatic situations that Ursula gets into. And she gets out of some and ends up in another one. And Christopher does this sneaky stuff. One person's not telling another person. The fingers get pointed at the end. All these different twists and turns. I would like to know what happens, but the book ends. So we have to wait till the next book to find out what happens. And this is 1594, and I'm pretty sure a few people are going to die soon. And the Queen, I think, don't quote me in this, 1606 or 1603. So there may be only 1 or 2 more books to this before the series ends. And that will be sad. But that's the natural conclusion of it. Maybe Fiona will take something up. If she might even have another series. I don't know. I haven't looked. So, if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I did enjoy this much more than I did the first time around because I knew everybody in it. I was aware of my core characters. All I had to do was read the book and enjoy the plot. I didn't have to worry about getting to know anybody. Take it from me. Don't start a series on book 23. Start at book 1. I hope you enjoyed this reread. All 23 books. We have finished our binge. And I've got another couple of small binges to do. I still have... We finished this yesterday. This one today. And I'm not sure, I might start reading this one. Or I think I have to get the first one before I do this one. And don't forget to check out If Then Fridays. I've decided, I'm thinking about it after I finish. There were 36 weeks left of Flashback Monday. I may move If Thens to Mondays and just keep Voyager on Fridays. We'll see how it goes. Please hit the like and subscribe. And definitely a better read this time. Definitely. Have a good one. Gee, it's a little dark in here. I recorded the video for this a week ago. And from what I remember, the book ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It left a huge... There was a piece of storyline that went unfinished. And I was hoping that the author would finish it up in the next book. But as I said in my video, she often would skip a book. You'd be waiting for the storyline to clean up, and she wouldn't clean it up in the next book, but she would clean it up in the book after that. And I've been doing some investigation and looking around for when the next book would come out. And I have discovered the sad news that Valerie Anand, A-N-A-N-D, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But the author, that was Fiona Buckley, was her pen name. And apparently, I haven't been able to find any confirmation on this. Although every place I look says the same thing, but they don't give additional information. But apparently she passed away in 2023. So we will never get... And I thought at least, I was hoping the series would go to book 24 or 25, and finish it out there when the Queen Elizabeth dies in 1506 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's like something like another 10 years. And I was very upset and discouraged. If I find out different, I'll say something. But I just wanted to add this little addendum that I've discovered that she died 2 years ago, and that there will not be a book 24 or 25. So I just wanted to add that little piece to this video. I have to go re-upload it. But I hope you have a this news is very sad to me, because I got so involved in the series. If you went back and watched my December, when I started with book 23 with this book, I didn't know any of the people. I didn't know any of the characters. And on the family catch-up in the beginning, drove me bonkers because I didn't know anybody. And I usually love these type of books. So I went back and did the reread. Please go watch all those videos. And when I got to 23, I knew who everybody was, and I appreciated the catch-up. It's one of the reasons why you don't start a series in the middle of it. You gotta read book 1 through. So, apparently, book 23 is the end. And I'm very sad to have learned that. Very, very sad. Hugs and prayers to her family, and hugs and prayers to all our readers who got involved with the characters, and we'll never know. We'll never know what happens to Ursula or Harry. Just hopefully they live happily ever after. That's all we can do. Have a good night.